Welcome back to the Line Podcast. My name is Aaron Alexander. Today's tremendous episode was with my friend, Mr. Chuck Liddell. This episode is extra interesting and special for me because Chuck was somewhat of like a childhood hero of mine. At least he was always the character that I played as in any UFC fighting game on like whatever, Nintendo or PlayStation or what have you. He's the former light heavyweight UFC champion of the world, and he's an amazing dude. Really greatly appreciate his time on this program. I hope you guys devour this conversation. And I wanted to thank Organifi for supporting this podcast. Organifi is one of the absolute highest quality supplement companies that I have come across. Everything that they have that I've tried, I've been a big fan of. Their protein smoothies are like tremendous. Presently I'm holding in my hand the Gold, which is turmeric and reishi. And it's got all sorts of good mushrooms in here. It's got turkey tail and it's got magnesium. Not that that's a mushroom, but it's got a blend of all the things that I would want inside of one supplement for joint health, combating inflammation, and also help for just general down regulation, calming your system down. So if you're amped up or feel at all inflamed in that sweet body of yours, I recommend grabbing some Gold by Organifi and get 20% off by utilizing the Align code. So go to Organifi.com, Organifi.com, and then utilize the Align, ALIGN code. You get 20% off on whatever the heck it is your little heart desires on that website. All their stuff's really good. You're going to enjoy it. So yeah, I hope you love it. And thanks so much for checking out the website, alignpodcast.com. On there, y'all can start the 5-day movement challenge, which breaks down how to integrate more effective movement into your daily existence. Why not? That is the true training grounds from my perspective, at least. The way that we move on a momentary basis forms our physiology, forms our structure, forms the way that we think, the way that we feel. It's a big deal. And so that's the beginning stages of getting into that. And then eventually you can get into the Align Method online program and take it to another level with that. And it's a 7-day free trial, which is just so exciting. No strings attached. Start it, not into it. Just cancel that thing. It's all good. All right. Back to the shizzy with my childhood hero, Chuck Liddell, also known as the Iceman. Pow.
Align Podcast.
Dropped in. Clapping. Dude, thanks for doing this, man.
Oh, my pleasure.
I greatly appreciate it.
Awesome.
I'm curious what's changed for you over in the last year or so. What's been the most important values for you? Has health been a big thing?
Well, health's been a big thing. Obviously, I've had 2 surgeries in the last couple weeks, actually. It's a little bit of a longer story. I went. I have my knee issues, shoulder issues from just wear and tear. Basically, I mean, I've been beating my body up for a long time. I mean, so putting it through it, and so I was going down to Medellin, Colombia, to get stem cells. Guys from BioAccelerator hit me up, and so we've been talking about doing it, and so it seemed like the right time. So we went down there, got a great bunch of guys down there to take care of me real well. They asked me, well, is there anything else really bothering you? And I said, well, my neck's kind of bothering me a little bit, and there has been but it's been nagging me for a long time, but not real bad, but just a little bit.
Yep.
And so they said, yeah, well, we'll do it there, but let's get you an MRI first. So they sent me over to get an MRI, come back, and they go, they're reading the MRI. They're like, you have any numbness or anything like that on your fingers? I mean, no. Loss of balance, coordination, anything? No, not a problem with that. But, okay, well, when you get home, get that checked out. So me being like I always am, I was real prompt when I got back and went right to the doctor. So I went to Vietnam for a month. I was hanging around doing it. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it. My wife was like, I've been watching since they said that. You are clumsy. You're dropping things and you're doing. I'm like, I've always been clumsy, and I have.
Yeah.
But I guess it was more than it's been. So we went in and had my doctor look at it, and he's like, he pretty much looked at it, had me do a few X-rays, looked at the MRI, went over and said, you're not having any problems with this? No. Go across the room. Close your eyes and walk to me heel toe. I couldn't take one step. I mean, I was like,
damn.
You know, I'm like, oh. So he's like, yeah, you need to get your 3 and 4 is sliding really bad and it needs to be fused. So, you know, he's like, yeah, are you open next week? No, wait, is it that important? But we got it in. Okay, we're going to do that. And I've been putting off doing a partial knee replacement for as long as I could.
What do you attribute that stuff to? Do you think there's anything you could have done in your career to alleviate that, or do you think it was inevitable with what you were doing?
You know, that I don't know. I mean, I think with a lot of, like, the wearing on my knee, it's just the way, I mean, maybe there was better ways. Now everyone's, your motion's off this way. You had this pelvic tilt you could have fixed with this and that, and you had this and that. And, you know, no one told us.
Right.
You know, we were just, hey, it's working. Don't break. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of the stuff, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know maybe if I hadn't done this or I hadn't done that, but
yeah.
Maybe if I hadn't done this, I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have got where I got.
Yeah. Last night we were talking about you connecting with Tony Robbins. He came here to this house.
Not this one. Place? No, up in Slow.
Okay. So he came over to your place.
I got this house after I retired.
Yeah. What was your experience like with Tony coming over to your place?
Oh, Tony's amazing. You know, and he's a great sport too. You know, he doesn't have an ego, doesn't get weird. Because I didn't know anything about him when he came.
Right.
I knew him as a guy from
the infomercials.
All I knew about him was his banana hands.
Oh, right.
What was that movie? I can't think of the name of the movie right now.
He does have banana hands, though.
But that was. Do you remember the movie? What's the name of that movie? Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal. Good one, Max.
Thanks.
Cameraman Max got it.
But you know, so I was kind of okay, and I was kind of going through this counseling session with them as a favor to John Hackelman, my trainer, because John was a big fan of his.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I'm sitting there. I was sitting there. He's sitting there talking. He flew to my house, walked in my house. Big, huge man, big guy.
Yeah.
Come in. I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting on my couch while he's talking to me on my phone, texting. And I say 2 minutes, probably about 30 seconds in. John's like, what the hell are you doing? Get off your phone. This man came here to say, and I'm thinking, you know what? Even then, I'm still like, he's right. This guy came here to talk to me. Right. That's disrespectful. Put the phone down, right?
Yeah.
But, within that short amount of time, he was out. He figured out, okay, I got to explain what I'm doing here. And he, instead of taking it in a bad way, he just turned around and said, hey, look, I'm here. I get you're pretty well adjusted. You're world champ. You've done this, but you've hit a slump, and my job's here to figure out what's causing that.
Yeah. What's
blocking you here? So, and it was right before the Wanderlei Silva fight. It was before that camp is when he came in, and then he actually came to my fight. Came up to my hotel room the night before the fight and did a guided meditation with me. And that was, I don't know, that was pretty awesome. I mean, he went and asked me, he asked me to tell him we're doing meditation. He asked me to tell him the best thing that's ever happened to me, the biggest event in my life. Think about that. He said, don't tell me out loud. Just, okay, and then this is the second one. I went through all 5. Went through 5 of them. At the end of 5, he goes, Chuck, did any of those have anything to do with fighting? No. So then go out and have fun. And, I told him that's my thing. I loved that fighting. And I was always, if I'm having fun, I'm winning.
Yeah. Were you ever having, panic attacks, anxiety, lots of stress before fights, or was it?
No, I always like fighting. I was always excited to be out there.
That was like the treat.
But it was like my treat.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, after first time losing 2 in a row, I think John thought I was, man, I can't. I'm disappointing everybody. I'm letting everybody down. And I was putting a lot more pressure on myself to perform this time.
Yeah. What was it like being in the locker room before Silva fight or Tito, or like where was your head at? What were you doing?
I'm always having fun. I mean, I always have my music on, it's very eclectic. I used to put my iPod on random, and just have it play.
Yeah,
and I'd go from Hank Williams Jr. to DMX to Slayer.
Did you have any specific things you would do, or the way that you have any kind of like OCD, the way that you wash your hair?
I never had any weird like that. I mean, I showed up. I did my normal my normal warm ups. Everything was pretty simple.
Yeah,
and was happy. I had a good time.
Were you ever scared?
No, I never. That was never my thing. I was always. We were just watching on the 30 for 30 they just did on ESPN.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
I was watching. They were showing the walkout when I was walking out for one of the fights for Tito. And if you look at my face, I'm a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
I'm laughing.
Yeah.
That's me walking out to fight.
Yeah. What was it like after the losses with the pressure and the disappointment and all that?
It's hard. You feel like you let everybody down.
Yeah.
And it's like people really have a hard time handling the loss to you. Like it's like I walk up and people don't even want to look at me because they're like, people I know don't want to look at me because they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
They don't want to say anything. Like, oh man, I don't want to say it. It gets a little weird.
Was it harder for them or harder for you?
I don't know. I took losses pretty hard, but then again, at some point, it's a fight. It's a game, and I got to get back. And if I'm going to still fight, get back in the gym and start working and fix some mistakes and go forward.
Yeah. What does taking a loss hard look like exactly?
It's not. It's not that. I don't know exactly what. Man, how's it look? It's not that bad. It's just,
where's your head at? Do you feel like, I got to bounce back? Do you feel pressure of some sort? Do you feel like, fuck the world?
Yeah, I want to get back in and show people I made a mistake and I can still do this.
Yeah.
I want to get back in the gym and I want to start working harder. I'm faster back to the gym off a loss. You just want to get back in there and do it again. So get it. I want to do over.
Yeah.
Right after I fought, most guys I lost. I want to do over right after. I know what I did wrong. I messed up. Made a mistake. Let's start this one again.
Right. What about getting into were you partying much while you were in the UFC, or is that more after?
I was during. We a lot of us did. Most of us did a party quite a bit. After fights. In between fights, I always had my training camp.
Yeah.
From start to finish, just and that went from 6 weeks when you first start to 8 weeks to then 10 weeks. And as you get older, you need more time to recover. And also as the fights got bigger, because you had more space in between fights.
Right.
But I used to always say, I take off a lot of time between here, and I'd have 12-week camps. But I always had guys fighting. They were friends of mine in the camp. So, I was usually back in the gym. I always said I just take this time. I take 3 months off, right, and then start training again. But really, I took a week off, and then I'd go back to the gym. And the difference was I was still in the gym every day training.
Yeah.
The difference was the focus wasn't on me. So it wasn't really off. It was more just not focusing on me, so I can just come in and have fun.
Yeah. I was just getting to chat with your daughter. She's freaking amazing. Yeah. And your wife, freaking amazing. And
Yeah.
This whole world here, it just feels very like light and bright, and like it's like refreshing to be in. You had with the partying, you kind of went more into like a darker realm with it, or was that misunderstanding on my part?
No, I mean, there was a time in between retiring and kind of being, and then kind of getting lost for a little bit.
Yeah.
In there, you get lost for a little bit. Think about it. You know, you've been driven your whole life, and you have this thing right here that is your goal, and it also helps you control you. You know, most fighters we're pretty wild people. You know, we're hard to control, hard to contain. A lot of us.
Yeah.
But there's things that keep us in control. You know, for me I want to be the best in the world. That means I can't do certain things. Certain things if I can maybe do a little bit of this here, a little bit of that there, but I have to cut it off right now.
Yeah.
You know, this is what you can and can't do here. Now all of a sudden, you know, someone takes that away, and it's like, wait, I can just do this as much as I want.
Totally.
You know, I can do whatever. I don't have to do anything. You know, I don't have to, go home and I don't have to do anything. You know, I didn't have anything that I had to go home for.
Yeah.
And they get away from me, but it didn't take long for me to get over.
How long was it? That things were like not. I don't know to what degree of not good they were.
It wasn't. It just I was starting to go out and drink too much and getting too drunk. You know, I blacked out a few times, and that's kind of when I kind of went, you know what, I'm going to take some time off of drinking for a while.
Why do you think you were drinking?
I was just out because I could.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel I was depressed but it was kind of, it is kind of a thing. I don't know if you're depressed or if it's, you're just trying to work through now what?
Yeah, right.
You know, I did everything I wanted to do in that sport. I did everything. You know, I have nothing to prove. Fighting, I have nothing. But now what? What do I do now?
Yeah.
You know, and that is what it is.
Were there any transitional, pivotal, like dark moments in that, or was it more just a gradual, like, I should get my shit back together and not be drinking and all that stuff so much?
I don't think there was any real. I mean, I don't feel there's any real dark times. I just times when just. Started getting, man, you know what? I need something to get my butt going because I'm just not doing anything, and that's not okay with me. You know, but I took some time and just started raising my kids and just spending a lot of time with the family and doing stuff with my kids, and that was one thing I started thinking. I don't want my kids to see a guy that's not doing stuff not doing stuff. That's not. I want them to see the guy that became a champion.
Right.
I want to see the work ethic that made him a champion.
Right.
I don't want him to see the guy that's just now relaxing when he's done.
Yeah.
So, because I think it's actually I've proven my point to myself with because I always used to say mental toughness is not a sometimes thing. It's an all the time thing. You want to be mentally tough, you have to be mentally tough all the time. You can't pick and choose when to be mentally tough. And because, as I was, I don't have to really go to the gym. Oh, I don't really have to do that. I don't, you don't have that. It becomes a question in your mind. Like, I try to explain it. The easiest way for me to explain it is I was racing a friend. A friend decided to race up a hill in Hawaii. A bunch of these stairs up this, I forget what it's called. I forget what the place is called.
What island?
On Oahu.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of stairs were going up. We're going up, and he started wanting to race. And so I took off and started racing after him. And I was flagging a little bit. But I passed him, and he stopped. And in my mind, I maybe I should just slow down. Should I slow down and let him win? He's trying real hard. Or should I just? But I knew what my mind was doing. But for me, and I made the right decision. I just ran, and I wasn't going to stop. Once I started running up there, it was kind of my old thing. I started running and going to finish. So I went all up and finished. But in my mind, it was bad enough to me that I actually questioned myself. I said, should I not do this? Should I give up? Should I let him win? Let someone win? Did that cross your mind? And to me, it was like that toughness was weakening.
Yeah.
So it's if you want to be mentally tough, it has to be something you do every day.
But at some point, you're gonna be closer to your deathbed, and people are gonna be running past you.
Well, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying. Now look, I don't want you to take it the wrong way.
No. Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't have to. I'm an older guy. I'm training with guys. If I'm doing this, I might hurt myself. I'll just let that go.
Yeah.
That's okay. But now if you stop and let something go in practice, you're the only one that knows if you stop because he got it, or it was you let him get it because you didn't want to risk hurting something, or if you just did it because you were tired.
Yeah.
Or you just didn't feel like working harder. You know that.
Yeah.
No one else does.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what your reasoning was, but you know. So to me, I never kid myself. So I know when I have to. Okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it. It's going to get hurt. But I know the difference between not doing it because this is dangerous for myself. Or I'm protecting something, or I'm just tired and I'm being lazy.
When you were training like a maniac, I'd imagine you would have had to have been during UFC, and nobody else is watching, and you're tired and want to stop. What would keep you going?
It was never a question to me. It was, this is what we have to do, get to here and finish there, go.
Yeah.
But I think it was from training over so long. My whole life was just, you're not allowed to quit. There's no quit. That question never came to my mind.
Where'd you get that from?
I'm guessing from my grandfather. I don't know exactly how it was instilled and how I got there, but I always was. I had no. That was never an option. Like, can I quit? Am I gonna stop right now? I'm racing a cat. I'm might lose anyway, or I might not beat him, so I'll just let it go.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What
about for people that don't have that? Would you have any kind of like wisdom or guidance on how to instill that if they don't have it since like?
Well,
birth?
I don't, and I did a lot of reading up on it over time, and teaching it. It's one of those things. You just start with small things, little routines, just being consistent with stuff, and just you start doing things. Making the right decision. It's not gonna come to your mind. Should I do? You know what? Be honest with yourself. Am I gonna stop? Am I stopping now because I'm tired, or is there another reason for it?
Yeah.
Am I making an excuse for me stopping, or am I? It's just because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And then make the right decision. It's a conscious decision at that point. But you make it enough times, in enough different ways, your brain will start changing.
Yeah. So I was talking, do you know Tony Jeffries, Olympic boxer guy, does boxing burn in town? It's great.
Anyways,
no. He's rad. He's cool.
Yeah.
But I was talking to him about his time boxing the Olympics and just having, the crowds cheering and all that. And then everyone told him that when he would have his kids, like the birth, then it would be like, that would like trump all that stuff. And then he like had the birth of his kids and he was like, no, it wasn't even close to the crowds. You were screaming for him. It's like that I had another kid. It still wasn't even close. With you, life after UFC, have you been able to reinstill the same level of excitement in your life?
Oh yeah, I love my kids, man.
Yeah.
It's fun watching them play,
Cool.
doing stuff with them. My family, I have a great time.
Yeah.
I get excited about that stuff. I think that's part of it. I was never. I appreciate the fans. I appreciate everything, but it was fun. It is fun to walk out, and I actually like taking them and getting them to walk out when there's a place for something for me where the crowd goes crazy because it's fun for them to see that. But I like stuff like that more for my friends than I do for me. Like I don't know if it's just I'm used to it or, but I don't miss that. That I miss fighting. Like I miss all the other elements of fighting. Being on a team, coming to the gym every day, training, getting ready for a fight. Setting that goal, going through all those going through all the motions, even cutting weight, making weight. I mean that was something that signaled to me I'm fighting.
Yeah. Do you contemplate what you want your legacy to be, like what you want to leave on this earth when you're not in this body anymore?
I've never really thought about that. Honestly, you ask me, are you worried about damaging your legacy? I'm like, I really never thought about it. I'm just trying to live my life, man.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about what people see about it. It's like I gotta leave. People ask me, how would you say something about your career? I'm like, I just leave that to you guys. You guys tell me what you thought of it. I'm okay. I'm done.
You ever think what happens after you die?
I haven't really got too much into that. No, I mean, you talk about stuff. I talk with people about stuff. There's so many different things, but you don't know which one's who's right, who's wrong.
What makes the most sense to you?
I figure we move on in some way. I mean, I was raised Christian. I mean, I believe we go somewhere, but I believe in just living your best life here on earth while you're here, and worry about what happens later.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not worried about what's going to happen afterwards. I mean, I'm worried about what I do here. If I do everything right here, in my belief, I'll go to a good place.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. What are you working on right now? What are you focused on?
I've been doing some movies. Having fun with that. I've done quite a few actually recently, and then I'm got a couple coming up, and just working on a few other things. I'm kind of working on doing the public speaking thing.
Cool.
But because I think it's a way to influence people, or give people, and do something positive, with what I've done in my career. People use that connection with people to do something.
Yeah. So what's the public speaking? What's the focus of it?
I'm working on that, and I'm working on what I want to cover. But a lot of it's talking about how to get through. How I got where I got. How I was able to succeed, and where I came from, and just how to live. Hopefully live a very driven and positive life.
What do you think the recipe is?
I hate sounding stupid, but it's one of those things. You find something you love doing and do it, and be kind to people. It's a lot easier to be kind than to be grumpy. I know I see people all the time just the way they do things. It's like that it takes so much more work to be that asshole.
Yeah, you got to work on being an asshole.
That takes so much more work than to just be kind.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you putting so much? Even if you don't like that person, why are you putting that much effort into it? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's digging on you, not them. So why are you bothering?
Yeah. What was your we'll wrap up here kind of soon, but what was your childhood upbringing like?
I had a great life, I think. I mean, everyone tries to put it like, my dad left when I was 3. Raised by my mom. We moved back in with my grandparents when I was 8. We lived in a small house with a bunch. It was, it was a nice house, nice area. We had 4 bedrooms. We had my great grandma on one. At one point, we had my great grandma on one, my grandma and grandpa on one, me and my 2 brothers on one, and my sister and my mom on one.
Oh, no way.
But it's a very nice area. Very nice neighborhood in Santa Barbara, and we had a very loving family. I mean, you always had someone watching you, always had someone around. We didn't have a lot of freedom there, but it was a lot of fun. But we did have my mom was really into learning all the things and making your own mind up. about things.
Cool.
Learn to, study things, learn things, and once you make up your own, it was okay for us to disagree with her respectfully, but if we could convince her of our point, which didn't happen often, that our point was better, didn't happen often, but if we could make a logical, good argument and convince her, she would change her mind, which was nice. It was nice to be able to do that and learn to think things through.
So you grew up in like a tribal environment almost, or like you had lots of people around to take care of you all the time, as opposed to like a common nuclear family where it's just like mom and dad, one of them's at work. And
And my grandfather was retired, my grandma and my mom, and so it was always having. Grandpa was great, man. He was awesome. He's my idol. So.
What do you think of that compared? Why is your idol?
He was just such a great human being. He was nice to everybody. He took care of everyone. He was just, he raised me. He's a stud.
Yeah. What do you think of that development versus like a nuclear family? Being like two parents, just.
I don't know. I haven't been in that other family.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I've ever been in a normal family environment, so like that. So I have never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And I really never thought about it. I was raised the way I was raised. I've never really thought about how different it is than being raised another way or.
Yeah.
But
I would have a feeling that all of the contact and connection and support and like always having that nurturing and touch all that would have had a big impact on you.
Oh, it had a big impact. I mean, my grandpa used to tell me, it was always, you can do anything you want. Anything you put your mind to, you can do. I mean, he used to coach me and tell me when I was like 19 years old, you can beat that guy, Mike Tyson. You can beat that guy.
He can still punch, man.
I'm like, I was like, back there, yeah. All right, Pops. Thanks, Pops.
Yeah.
No way. Which to me is kind of funny nowadays because now it's a legit question: who would win between you and Mike in a fight?
Well,
people ask that question. Well, that's what I'm saying. I say the same thing. Mixed martial arts. I'll win.
Yeah.
Boxing, he's got a puncher's chance coming in.
He's fucking ferocious.
He's ferocious. But boxing, I want no part of him. It's that simple.
How the hell does he have so much power? Like, where do you get that?
Oh, he's a beast, man. I used to love watching him fight, man.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. He's still got it too.
Oh, I've seen a few.
Yeah.
Man, he's moving.
It's unbelievable, man.
That's awesome.
Right. Final thing. Is there anything in your life that at the time felt like a terrible disaster that afterwards it actually was really helpful? Is there any moments that were like, oh, that was fucking bad, but then 5 years later, 2 years later, whatever, it was like, no, that's actually the best thing that ever happened?
I don't know that there was. One of the things when I got fired, I go from the UFC, a few years back, because I had a semi-permanent job supposedly.
Yeah.
I think and it was kind of allowing me to not just be all over the place and never get refocused because I could do just about anything. I didn't have to do anything, so I just could do. I get to try this a little bit, try that a little bit, try that, and then nothing really sticks, right? So it kind of got me back on the mindset and back refocused into, hey, I got to go do something. I got a lot of life left. I go find something. I got to find a new passion. I can't fight anymore. I need to go find a new passion.
Yeah.
So,
right.
So that, and then I'm in the middle of that. So we're working on it. I mean, I'm having a good time. I really do love doing the movies. I do like doing the acting thing, but I also like, I like training guys too.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So we'll see.
What do you see in the future? What do you think of the UFC as it is? What do you see for the future of it compared to your time of it?
Well, that's a different. I don't know. You can take that question a lot of ways. I think it's going to keep getting better. I mean, guys are going to keep getting better. it always has different growing pains going up and down and different waves of things. And I think I get a little over the WWE matchup stuff, kind of.
Yeah, right.
But as long as the guys still fight the way they do, I don't really care how they challenge each other.
Is there anything that you're disappointed in with it, or do you think it's going in the right direction?
I think it's going in the right direction. I mean, it just keeps growing. I mean, there's things here and there that you don't like. It's all good, but like I like the all that over the top trash talking, but it brings in the outlier fans, and that's what makes the bigger pay-per-views. The people that don't usually watch fights to watch fights, and that's where those guys are trying to get. The guys like me, I'm going to watch anyway.
Right.
You got two good fighters out there fighting. Put a good matchup in. I'll watch the fight. They could shake hands and be best friends before the fight. I don't care.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other fans need some drama and need a big thing. Okay, that makes a bigger fight for everybody. Great.
Yeah. Cool, man. Where should people go from here? Where should people go?
The 30 for 30's on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
I think it comes out Friday, the 18th. It came out on the 18th.
Yeah, we'll get this up this month. So
but it came out on the 18th. Yeah. Yep. And then just check me out at Chuck Liddell. You can on Instagram, Twitter. You can figure out what I'm doing and where I'm going to be at, or anything.
I appreciate
contact
you, man.
me. There's ways to contact me that way.
Yeah,
you'll see it.
So you were my go-to dude in whatever UFC, whatever video games when I was just a young turd. I'm still a young turd, but I was
especially if you're a button masher. I was really I had a lot of power,
dude.
Power from the feet, man. I was good.
So I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All right, over now. Hope you guys enjoyed that conversation as much as I did. I want to present y'all with a fun opportunity of starting a program that I created called the Align Method Online Program that focuses on unwinding the unsightly patterns of staring into technology, essentially. So forward head posture, rolled forward shoulders, hyperkyphotic spine, disengaged glutes, knees collapsing in. If there's collapse in any level in the body, it will trickle up and down through the rest of the system. And that program focuses on unwinding those things, giving you self-care practices, movement practices, and lifestyle adjustments, very subtle ones, that will give y'all more flexibility, more strength, more confidence, more energy, all the good things. And you can start the first week absolutely free, and just go to alignpodcast.com/Align Method, ALIGN method. Along with that guy, you will receive the Align band, which is a heavy-duty resistance band with a door anchor, and that also comes with its own online program that is free with that thing. Go to alignband.com and start that program for free. I think that's it. I so greatly appreciate you guys listening to this conversation. So greatly appreciate reviews on iTunes, sharing on the Instagrams or the Facebooks or wherever you do your shares. This program lives on because of y'all. So it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you for listening. Thank you for reviews. Thanks for joining your life. Enjoy.